A simple long channel model. So the long channel model is a simplified model that allows us to write all these equations. Just assume it's not too short. That means there is no fringing. That means that the gate is completely controlling the channel. There is no the source drain is not affecting the channel depletion layer, any of that. Okay. So from this long channel model where you assume a constant mobility, because again under more advanced models when your electric field changes, the mobility can change, etc. Okay, this is the most simpler one. Calculate the drain current flowing through an NMOS to the following characteristics. The width of the channel W is given as 10 micron, length of the channel L is 2 micron, thickness of the oxide layer is provided as 4 nanometers, threshold voltage is 1 volt. Okay. Electron mobility is 500 cm per volt second. Calculate the drain current for these three options. And these are the two equations provided. So clearly there is an equation for the current when it is in the linear region and another when it is in the saturation region. Right? So then the question comes, case A, case B, case C, is it in the linear region, saturation region, or what? So what is the equation that allows us to determine whether the system is in linear or saturation region? What is the condition?
VDS versus VGS.
So VDS is if the drain voltage is above a particular threshold, then you go into the saturation regime. If the drain voltage is below a particular threshold, it is in the linear regime. What is this threshold thing? VDS. So the threshold, which is in your lecture notes in lecture 2, I think, is if the horizontal voltage, which is VDS, is greater than the effective vertical voltage. That is, if VDS is greater than VGS minus the threshold voltage, you are in the saturation or linear? Which one? Saturation regime. Okay, so if the horizontal voltage VDS is greater than the effective vertical voltage VGS minus VGH, you are in the saturation regime. If it is lesser, you are in the linear regime. Okay. So based on that, for question A, for point A, are you in the linear regime or the saturation regime? Somebody says neither. When you calculate out what you get, what is VDS minus VGS minus VGH is what? So is VDS higher than VGS minus VGH? So then it's in the saturation? It's not. Why is it not in the saturation? Yeah, the transistor is not yet on, right? People, remember the threshold voltage is 1 volt, right? Yeah, threshold voltage is 1 volt. Here, section A, VGS is 0 volt. So, based on the theoretical calculation, 0 current flows. So the transistor is not on. Okay. So even though the VDS minus VGH number makes it look like saturation and things like that, the more important factor is that the gate voltage is lower than the threshold voltage. So the transistor is off in the case of A. So that means this is like when you are running at this location. Okay. Below the threshold voltage, the current is theoretically 0. Okay, practically no, theoretically 0. So A is this one. This is the other condition that we are talking about. VDS greater than VGS minus VGH is saturation. VDS less than VGS minus VT, it is in the linear. So B, is it in linear or saturation? B is 2.5 volt is greater than 1 volt? No, it's in the linear regime, right? And C is in saturation regime. So do the calculations. Okay? So A, transistor is off. For B, transistor is in linear regime. For C, 3.5 volt is greater than 3 volts, so it's in the saturation. So now you know what equations to apply. Okay. So what I mean by linear saturation, etc., is in this graph. Okay. So we are not talking about linear and saturation region in this graph. It is in the output characteristics that we are looking at. This is the linear part where the current is linearly increasing with the drain voltage. This is the saturation part where the current does not increase with the drain voltage. Okay. So this is the calculation. So from this, everybody please start to plug in the equation numbers, please. So the everything is provided, W, L, nu, everything is provided. You have this thing called Cox over here. Right? Cox is the capacitance per unit area. Okay? So Cox is epsilon ox by T ox. This is the number. Please plug it for me. Yeah, you have a question.
I was actually wanted to verify this. Initially, I got meter of capacitance, and then my values were incredibly small.
That is called. I actually never calculated that on the Please do calculate. Last time.
At least she was doing a master tutorial.